Hello, this is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck, Good Attitude Services. I'm overlaying the audio since the original audio didn't sound too good, so I'm explaining what I got here from a repeat customer. It's a full truck. Well, not exactly a full truck, but it's a lot of stuff there that I'm taking that was from her basement storage, some other stuff, wood and old wood. But the main part was in the back was about 30 bags of yard debris cleanup. I'd cleaned up her yard, spent a whole day cleaning up her yard, and so and I bagged it up, and that's all the way up in the front. I think it's about 30 bags full of stuff, full of debris, which shouldn't be too heavy. At least that's what I thought. And then there's a cabinet, and then there's 7 doors. And she wanted me to take those doors out of the basement and then she wanted me to donate them to the Habitat for Humanity. Sometimes Habitat for Humanity will take those type of things. Unfortunately, when I took it down to Habitat for Humanity, they weren't interested in taking those at the time, so I had to take those to the transfer station, or I'm taking them to the transfer station. And so I'm hoping that I told her, probably the estimate is not going to be more than $50 probably for the transfer station fee. That was my guess. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be right. You'll see that in the other part of the video when I finally do take it to the transfer station, and we'll see the total weight and what it cost. But anyway, it was a good job. It was for a repeat customer that I worked for at least a year, and I do a lot of yard cleanup and various things. I have some more work with them coming up, but it's a great customer to work for, and I was happy to do that. And it was nice weather, so anyway, I'll let you see the rest of the video if you want to watch it. That's about it. This is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services, and the rest of the video will be me after I finish it up.
Hello, this is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services. Just got back from the transfer station. As you saw in the first part of the video, the load that I had, the bags and the doors and the wood and all that, I showed you. And I described it. And I said maybe it's going to be about $50. Well, that's not the case. It was a little heavier than I thought, and I think it had to do with the extra, because I was going to be donating those doors. Originally, the customer wanted me to take those doors, suggested I take the doors to Habitat for Humanity, that they probably could use those for reuse, since they do take construction materials and that kind of thing. I took it there. They weren't interested at the time. Sometimes maybe at that time they didn't need those doors. So I had to take it to the transfer station with everything else I was dumping, so it added weight. And instead of being what I thought was going to be $50 for my estimate for the transfer station fee, as it says in the receipt here, the weight ended up becoming a little bit more. It was like 1,140 pounds. So the actual total fee was $71.95, which isn't bad, but $71.95, so it's a little bit more. And of course, the customer, since I worked with her for a while, she said, if it costs a little bit more to dump, since the estimate was, if it goes a little bit more than what your estimate was, please contact me and I will reimburse you for that extra fee. And she did. That's what a great customer is. That's why I like to have these customers that I work with on a regular basis. I do a lot of yard maintenance for her, yard cleanup, and I help her around the yard and other things. She's going to have me do some gutter work, and then I have to move some wood, so I have more work there. It was a 2-day job, 2 solid days of cleaning up the yard, and then the whole yard, the front and the back, and then taking a lot of stuff from the storage downstairs storage. She had to get rid of a lot of the wood and things that she needed to dispose of, so I loaded that truck. So it was 2 solid days, and I'm happy about that. I do like working with her as a customer, and she provides me with work other than just doing junk removal. When I first did a job for her, it was actually through a Craigslist ad for picking up some furniture that she had bought on Craigslist when she was remodeling her house, and then she showed me that she needs some yard work, and of course I'm willing to do yard work. I've done it before, cleaning out yard, clean up debris. That's all great with me. Good exercise, going out, be outdoors. So I like that, so I'm happy to do that. And so it worked out great, and I got paid fairly. And and having those repeat customers, that's important, I think, in this kind of business. So I'm just gonna sweep up the truck. It's a nice day. I don't know what, it's kind of warm today. I mean, it's not hot. It's been cooling down, but it's still, I think it's still in the 80s. It feels like it. I don't know. I haven't checked the temperature, but I know it's going to start getting down to 70s, which that's really nice when, you know, like when I was working out in the yard yesterday outdoors and the day before, it was probably in the mid 80s or, you know, lower to mid 80s. And that wasn't, you know, it's hot and warm, but it's not like where it makes it hard to work. When it gets above that, when you start getting to the 90s, it's very difficult working outside. So I'm glad, because that was a good 14-hour job, 6 hours first day, 8 hours the next day, and then plus the hour. So it's actually 6 and 8, yeah. So being outside for 8 hours in the sun, of course there's shade, there's trees and stuff that, you know, if it's over 90, that's tough doing yard work. But I'm glad it was only in the 80s. Today it's pretty nice, so hopefully it's gonna be a nice weekend. Just wanted to update you on the job that I did and just talk about that. And can't think of anything else. I'm gonna clean this truck up, get it ready for some more work this weekend. I'm a little bit sore because working, doing yard work or cleanup is, you know, you're raking and loading stuff, and yeah, that's part of the job. So that's fine, keeping in shape. So hope everyone's doing great out there and you're all getting some good jobs, and if you're not, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the weather while we're in the fall weather, or I guess we're still in, technically I guess we're still in summer. Early, I don't know. I'm seeing the leaves starting to fall a little bit, so I love that when the fall comes, because the weather really starts to get nice, at least here for a while, and then it gets cold. So have a great weekend, and this is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck, Good Attitude Services, signing out.